Montessori friends, it's Miss Amy with a lesson on pin pricking, and this is for your parents too, so make sure they're watching. Have you seen these things in your kids' folders? I bet you have. Well, this is from pin pricking, and pin pricking was designed by Maria Montessori to develop fine motor skills necessary for writing. So even before we put a pencil in your child's hand, we practice pin pricking. So you can do this at home. It's really easy, and I'm going to show you how. So what you're going to need is construction paper or another type of piece of paper that is relatively sturdy. I also have scrapbooking paper. Look around your house. You may even have a cereal box that you can cut apart, and this would work really well too. So something a little bit thicker than, let's say, copy paper. So your first step is to take your cookie cutter, and if you don't have cookie cutters at home, it's fine. You can do freehand. I drew a heart, or you could take something like a container of sprinkles, and you can trace around that to make your shape. And when you use a cookie cutter, you are going to put it reverse side down. So that means the flat edge will go on the paper. And then you're going to hold it very firmly and trace around the shape. So this is what it should look like. Then you are going to need something to prick it with. So I'm not at school. I don't have our large thumbtacks, but I have a medium-sized thumbtack. I also have these little screwdrivers which work perfectly. So look around your house and see what you have and test it out. So I am going to cut these apart, and we will start with the circle. Now, I have found two things in my house that work really well to do this. A washcloth. You need something underneath your paper to absorb the pricking. So I found a washcloth, just folded, and then you put this on top. That works really well. And I've also found that a piece of cardboard works well too. And using a cardboard that's this thick might be great for your kindergarten students, because it does get a little tiring because it is thicker and it doesn't give as much when you do the pricking. So let me show you how this would work. So I am going to hold the paper and I'm going to push in to the paper just like this. Now, your children probably have not done this in a while, so their hands may get tired. So they can have breaks if they need it, and that will be fine. So I'm going to do this just relatively quickly so you can see what the next step is. So I've done part of it. The next step is to look on the back. Kind of looks like stars. When you hold it up to the light, looks like stars. You are going to gently, parents, start to separate the paper just like this. And then you can give it to your child to complete, to finish pushing it out. These are all great fine motor skills to develop those fingers and hand strength. Okay, and then when you're done, I suggest go ahead and decorate your house with these. Why not? Stick them in the windows, tape them up. That would be something fun that you can do. All right, now I'm going to show you how to adapt this for a toddler student. So I suggest cutting out a square, and on this square I just want you to draw lines. They can be horizontal lines, they can be vertical lines, diagonal lines, and what they're going to do is just prick on the lines. They won't be creating a shape to punch out like this, but they will be practicing using a push pin, the screwdriver, whatever you have at home. And they're just going to poke holes into the line, just like this. They're going to develop muscle control and hand-eye coordination. And then you can see on the back that there are holes. And also have them hold it up to the light and say, oh, you made a line of stars. Now you won't be able to punch these out because they're not a shape. But eventually, if they work their way up to it, go ahead and give them a small shape. You could take another piece of paper and draw a small circle, very small circle. Just like this. It won't take long, but make sure you're sitting next to your toddler when they're doing this. Okay? You want to make sure that they're using the push pin or screwdriver appropriately and they're being safe. So that's today's lesson, and I'll see you next time. Bye!